we were, my experience is when you've been on a road trip like that and you come back through time zones, you're usually flat. I thought we got it out of them yesterday at practice, but it carried on into the game. It's a thing that's very hard to explain, but we didn't have that aggression in our game that we usually have, especially on our forecheck. And it was one of those things where we were standing around watching them play, and that's the recipe for getting behind very quickly. We're trying to keep guys that have been playing together who've had success from the start of the season. Like, so for instance, Scarboza and Freeberg played with Nick Ritchie. So we try to keep Scarboza and Freeberg together, trying to keep pairs together. But it's the people who I think it's tough on are the guys that come in, and we call up some guys from the East Coast League. They come in, they're inserted in the lineup, they're nervous, they're excited, and they have a very short period to show what they can do. And sometimes that takes the group off kilter, but we just need better games from our guys that have been here. And we certainly didn't get that tonight until the third period.
What would you say to the guys to get them fired up? They came out on fire in the third period. Any special talk there, or they just put it all together?
No, a lot of times the less you say, the better. And I had a long chat with them after the first period, and after the second period, I chose not to go in. And that's where you have to have a belief in your leadership group. And by not going in, I think it sends a message to the group. So I knew they'd be saying the right things, and I kind of left it in their hands, and it worked. And they came out and played extremely well in the third. So that's the problem now. You look at our group, and it's are we the team that played in the third period, or are we a team that played in the first two periods? And that's something we've got to get sorted out here over the next couple of days. When it's rotating, it's never great for cohesion, that's for sure. But every guy in that room wants to go play in Anaheim. That's their end game here. And if you get called up, so if Max Freeberg gets called up tonight, he's going into a new dressing room to play with new players. So if that's your end game and that's your goal, it shouldn't be a big deal that you're playing with new guys here either. And for me, those are just excuses. We don't want any explanations, and we don't want any excuses. We need better play, especially from our guys that have been here, and that's the bottom line on this.